What things should be kept private from your so, no matter how healthy your relationship is?
No matter how healthy a relationship is, there'll always come a time where you have resentful thoughts of your spouse. Those should be kept to yourself, as most of them pass quickly. The only time you should share them is if they're persisting in some behavior that is hurting you, and then it should be done calmly and not in the heat of the moment. For instance, if you got home from work tired to find your spouse binge watching a TV show, but the sink is full of dirty dishes, the impulse may be to lace into them. Don't. Go ahead and do the dishes, and tomorrow, when that initial flash of anger has passed, discuss the issue. People say arguments can be healthy in a relationship, but it all comes down to how you argue. Spouses, at least if they're good ones, know intimate details about you, your past, and how you think and feel. This gives them weapons to hurt you, and it may be tempting to use such weapons when angry. But if you know your spouse has a sore spot about their dad, and you say in anger, "This is why your dad never loved you," you have permanently damaged your relationship. And that damage builds up over time. Successful relationships survive because people rein themselves in that moment. Even when they're angry, they don't want to inflict wounds like that. So whenever the impulse arises to use those weapons in anger, resist the temptation. You may forget what you did quickly, but they won't.
If your relationship started under potentially offensive pretenses, e.g. they were madly in love but you they were just your rebound.
An old friend of mine's GF told him this. I was there when it happened, and I swear to God I saw his heart break. They were really good together and really liked each other, so he tried to keep going, but I watched it eat him from the inside out until he just couldn't take it anymore and broke up with her. There really are some things you just can't take back.
That you know you're the pet's favorite person.
Oof, I am absolutely both of our dogs' favorite person. We both know it, but I would never ever say that to my wife.
Where I hide the secret, spare pair of scissors I keep for when he's lost all the other 11 pairs of scissors we own and I need to trim a chip bag down to make getting to the chips easier.
I had a pair of nail clippers stashed away because they were never where they were supposed to be. After my wife passed away I found 9 pairs. In her desk drawers, in purses she hadn't used in years, 3 pair in with her makeup.
Sorry to hear about your wife. Sounds like me, though. I own at least 5 nail clippers. The only one I can reliably find is the one that lives in my drawer at work. I only work 2 days a week. Woman facepalming.
The location of your ships while playing Battleship. Sometimes, no matter how attractive your partner is to you and no matter how much you love them, there is an aspect to them that is unchangeable but that you find gross or annoying or just generally less than attractive. Clogged nose pores, a laugh that sounds like a muppet, big toenails that just look a little bit weird, or that single long hair growing from inside their ear that just keeps coming back no matter what they do. If it's going to make them feel insecure or unloved, this is something you should just keep to yourself. In a relationship, you learn each other's weak points and vulnerabilities, and using them against your partner is a boundary that, once you cross it, you can't come back from. Once you make someone feel like they can't trust you with their vulnerable self, your relationship is on its way out.
My wife is sensitive about animals, so anytime I read some sort of tragedy related to an animal, I hide it from her.
My dad has mentioned a few times that in their 40-plus years of marriage, he's never gone in her top dresser drawer or purse.
I frequently get into my wife's purse. Not to snoop, but to get her keys or something else that for some damn reason is impossible to find in there. It's like a black hole. Sometimes I'll just walk the whole thing to the car to unlock it instead of digging through.
Your psychologist, therapy sessions. I had an ex that used to demand I tell him what I talked about in my sessions and it was super uncomfortable. With my current partner we are both in therapy and if it's a phone session the other goes in a different room. If we want to talk about something we told the psych or something we will tell our psych at the next appointment we do, but I would never ask and nor would he. We might ask, how did it go? To which the other may say, it was good, or, it was emotionally draining, but that's as far as it should go. These are personal sessions, not couples therapy, we're not in that.
Big agree. My partner goes to therapy. I always ask how it went and I do that to know the level of aftercare my partner may need. Sometimes he needs left alone, sometimes he needs ice cream and a TV show to binge. Oftentimes he does tell me about the session but I always remind him he doesn't have to. I think talking about it with me helps him process it.
The unkind poo you think when you're angry and tired, it will absolutely never help at all to say any of it out loud, and even if you don't have a particularly big fight or break up over it, you'll still regret it and they'll still remember. Possibly also what you think about how hot other people are, depending on how jealous, insecure your so is.
People seldom understand that the longer you are with someone you love, the more you need kindness, compassion, and discretion. You know too much about each other that can be weaponized.
If she poops on the table while birthing your child, no she effing didn't.
My sweet husband told me after the birth of our first, all you need to know is your body is so effing strong and you are amazing. I'll never forget how that made me feel. Expecting our second any day now.
My steady supply of jokes. I set up my Android to send me a joke every night at 5 p.m. and I tell it to my husband later on, before I jump in the shower. He always asks where I'm getting this stuff from and I just laugh and shut the bathroom door. I would like him to continue thinking of me as this endless joke fairy for the rest of our lives. Smiley face.
That's funny because I was sorting through newest comments and I saw one that was like, my wife uses an app to get a joke that she tells me every night. I'll never tell her I know she uses the app because I want her to think she's funny.
That I know you keep a secret stash of chocolate in the Tampax box. Not my business.
My mom kept a big bag of mini baking chocolate kisses. My mom hated that my dad would eat them straight from the bag. So she started moving them around the house to hide them. Different drawer, behind the silverware, in a box of crackers, etc. One day I walked in on my dad, standing in the cleaning closet with the bleach and brooms, and saw him eating chocolate kisses from a towel rack filled with cat toys and dusters. He said that occasionally, he'd buy bags, himself, to refill what he took, just to keep it interesting.
I do 12-step stuff, and I won't tell her what I hear in the rooms.
Who you see here. What you hear here. When you leave here. Let it stay here.
Things that you don't like about their body. They just don't need to know. And #X200B. If you are concerned about their health or hygiene that warrants a conversation, but making comments about physical flaws completely unnecessary.
My ex used to always make little jabs about my appearance. I think he thought that those were things I didn't realize were wrong with me and that I would correct them if they were brought to my attention. Every single comment is burned in my brain and did nothing but make me more self-conscious. My current partner never ever makes negative comments about my body. And when I point out my own flaws, he always spins them into something charming and unique about me. It's really nice.
The huge penis of your ex-boyfriend and how much more satisfying it is to have someone with a normal one. Trust me, I know it's not logical, but no dude wants to hear that. Don't question it, just trust me.
Even though my wife and I have been happily married for 6 years, we decided we would never go for a poo while the other is in the shower. We're just not going there.
That's just common decency. I don't know why, but I know that poo somehow smells so much worse in a foggy room than a dry one. Nobody should have to be in an enclosed space with that fresh hell.
Where your secret stash of Band-Aids is. I dunno about the rest of you, but my wife and kids will go through an industrial-size queso Band-Aids faster than you can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and the twice a year I actually need one, they're never there.
At my house it's scissors. We have 3 kids and for whatever reason, anytime any one of them uses scissors, the scissors just vanish forever. I did an experiment once where for 5 weeks, I bought 2 new pairs every time I did my weekly grocery shopping, and simply put them where our scissors are supposed to be whenever I saw that there were no scissors there. To this day I haven't seen any of those 10 scissors since. So I keep a secret pair on top of the fridge for my own use only.
Yup, that's probably my biggest gripe at our house. Really, they're not good about putting things where they belong when they are done using them at all. I notice stuff not put up and it's mildly annoying. But when you need scissors, you need scissors.
My midnight snack stash. I don't have any, but I think I should have some.
Greater than I don't have any. Sounds like something someone with a snack stash would say. Speak up, you candy hoarding raccoon.
The number of packets of crisps I eat in an evening. If I don't know the answer, she shouldn't either.
It's not that it should be kept private, as in forcefully, but I believe both persons in a relationship should have privacy in their devices. My so has all my logins, and passcodes for my phone and tablet, but this doesn't give her the right to go snooping for stuff that will never be there. She can totally grab my phone, if it's nearest, to search on Google, or grab someone's phone number. But we've agreed that if either of us snoop, you better be sure that there's going to be something to find, because if there isn't, then you deserve the trouble that you've caused.
How many Lego Death Stars I have bought.
I love that you require multiple.
I have fully built Lego Death Stars all over the house.
My ex-wife used to interrogate me after every therapy session I had. Edit, you people are amazing. I never expected to get this much support. Thank you all.
How do I know some version of, "What did you say about me?" was asked every time.
Ha ha ha, it was pretty much always, "How was therapy?" followed by, "Did you say anything about me?"
Journals. My partner writes in one every night before bed and I have no idea what any of it says. If she wants to share with me she can. Those are her private thoughts and feelings until she decides differently. Same goes for me.
You're a good person. I remember finding out basically my whole family read my journals as a kid. They didn't get why that made me cry either. Edit. Wow, there's no way I can respond to everyone. I had no idea how common this is. I'm so sorry for everyone, it's such a huge violation. I hope we all find a way to move forward. Eventually, years after I moved out, I was able to let it go. Everyone does pooty things sometimes. I'm sure I violated my family's privacy sometime over the years. It takes me longer to decide to trust people, but that has been to my benefit, not a lot of misjudgments. Thanks to all for sharing.
Things you aren't ready to talk about yet. I have a lot of trauma and I'm not always ready to talk or explain. However, I'm lucky my partner respects that and has let me open up at my own pace.
Very early on in my relationship we had been FaceTiming and the topic of trauma came up. He said, "You know, I've had something really traumatic happen to me and I've told only 2 people in my life, one being my ex-wife who essentially bullied it out of me, and I never told her the whole story because I didn't feel safe. But I feel compelled to tell you about it. I want to tell you. Can I hang up and message it to you?" And that's what he did. And I have never felt so privileged and trusted. I think that might have been when I started falling in love with him. In every aspect of a relationship, if they want to, they will.
How many times you look at your vag with a mirror?
After reading this, I'm about to do it for the first time. Wish me luck.
Good luck. And remember, every vag is different, so don't go comparing it to anyone else's.
Your Reddit username and password.
My husband knows my Reddit username. I know his as well. We just have enough respect to not go snooping. Very occasionally, we stumble across one another's comments, but always on super casual threads we've probably told each other about anyway.
Which of your friends or family don't like them? It will do nothing but upset them, and worse, create a bigger problem between them. I would also like to add to that, if one of your friends or family members don't like your SO and you aren't at the very least making them be polite and respectful when they have to be around each other, you are the main problem in that scenario.
Also, just because they don't like your partner doesn't mean they aren't right for you. Not everyone is going to like everyone. Some people don't like people just because. Anything wanted private that has no direct impact on the relationship. People don't need to be sharing text messages, diary entries, detailed itineraries when apart, etc. Any insistence on that kind of sharing is paranoid and unhealthy. Trust is important, as is understanding people may still need their space regardless of relationship status. Edit. Obviously there are gray areas. Itineraries are useful because of safety concerns, but that's a trust issue too. You are sharing it with someone you trust voluntarily, rather than feeling coerced into providing a constant stream of data. If you wish to share things, cool, because that's a choice freely made.
Confidential work-related things that I'm legally not supposed to tell anyone outside of the project case.
I'm a psychologist and there have been many times that my professional and personal life collided. Neighbors, his co-workers, friends, family members, and the parents of my daughter's friends have been my patients. And I can't say a thing. I have to stand there feeling super awkward and I can't explain why. I know so much information about these people and I have to pretend that I don't know how messed up their marriage is or all of their family drama.
Your methamphetamine production business.
I don't know, they're already complicit and could turn out to be an asset laundering wise. Nice to have someone to share the success with too.
I don't like the idea of sharing absolutely everything with one's partner like it's a proof of healthiness. I think it's healthy to maintain some sort of individuality, personal mental space, your secret garden that only you can access. You are not only a couple, you don't only exist through your partner, You also are an individual human being with your own inner world that you don't have to share entirely with someone else, and no one can take that away from you. I feel like if you completely merge with someone else you lose yourself. I don't think that's avoidant attachment style, I'm clearly not. I just think it's normal if my so has things she doesn't want to talk about with me, won't share every single thing. She's not me, and as much as I like to say she's mine, she's not really mine, either.
From The Prophet, by Lebanese author, poet, philosopher Khalil Gibran. On marriage. Then Almitra spoke again and said, "And what of marriage, master?" And he answered saying, "You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. Aye, you shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous. But let each one of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, for only the hand of life can contain your hearts. And stand together yet not too near together. For the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow.
Your second family.
Other people's secrets. They're not yours to share. Edit. What I mean by this is agreeing to keep something confidential and then going against it.
I have so much respect for people who keep other people's secrets. I know a friend who does this, and it was honestly annoying at first considering that we're close. Then, I grew up understanding why she does it. It's not her secret to tell, and that would also mean she values the privacy of the things I share with her.
Oh, absolutely. If someone trusts you with something, that is an honor lol. I don't trust people that willingly tell me other people's secrets.
That answer is completely dependent on you, your partner, and your relationship.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.